Hey, welcome back to CrossTalk podcast. I'm Tomoya.
Hey, I'm Andrea.
So I went to this event recently.
Yeah?
And the line was insane.
Okay, what event was it? Can I ask?
Yeah, it was a dog event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for dog owners.
Okay.
I was just thinking, why people waiting for half an hour to get something? It's kind of a すごい.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
What would you think? Would you wait?
Would I wait? Ooh, that's a difficult question. I think it depends on the thing. What is it that we're waiting for? And how badly do I want it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you recall the World Expo,
Yes.
those were also very long lines to wait to get into the exhibition halls. And I did wait. The longest I waited, I think, was about an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But most we had at least an hour wait. And because we spent a lot of money and effort to get there, yes, I waited.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just to buy a small thing, no, I wouldn't wait.
Yeah.
How about you? Would you wait?
Oh, yeah, it's difficult to answer. If there was more than 4 or 5 people groups waiting in the line, I might skip it.
Yeah, just skip it and come back later, or skip it and do something different. Yeah.
Right. So actually, there's this new things happening in Japan where restaurants are starting to offer a way to skip the line, kind of like a fast pass.
Ah, yes, I've heard of this because some restaurants in Tokyo and Kyoto are very busy. I've heard that some foreign tourists have actually bought the fast passes for ramen shops, and they're able to skip the line and go in and have ramen faster.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, in America, don't you guys just make a reservation?
Yeah, pretty much. Americans tend to not line up that long, not like Japanese people.
Yeah.
Unless it's for something like a convention. But honestly, I've never seen lines like that in America.
Yeah, that's my impression.
Yeah,
too.
outside of Universal Studios theme park or Disneyland, people don't really line up.
But some people think waiting is part of the food experience. Do you think waiting in line is enjoyment?
No, never. Never. As an American, never. We don't like waiting in lines. But I've heard some Japanese friends say, if a restaurant is good if there's a line in front. So I think a lot of people use it as kind of barometer to see if a restaurant tastes good. If there's no lines, it must not be good. If there's a long line, okay, it must be good.
Yeah, I think Japanese people think that way.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Yeah.
But I'm opposite.
Yeah, I don't want to wait either. I don't want to wait either. I would never go to a restaurant with a long line. I'd just go find something different.
Right.
Yeah.
I would choose quieter place for lunch or dinner.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking of the few places that usually have really long lines, and then I've been to when they weren't busy. When the food was so-so. It was good, but it wasn't like worth waiting hours for usually.
Yeah. Long line doesn't prove this restaurant is really good.
No,
right?
It proves it was on someone's Instagram, probably.
Right.
Or in some magazine that
Yes.
people like. It's a social media or a media thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't trust these long lines.
No, I don't either. Especially not since social media is so popular. Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes it is fun
Really?
for me. Especially, I remember this happened more than 10 years ago. I lined up for a new iPhone.
Okay.
And it was kind of a new experience for us, for younger people.
Okay, to get this new technology.
Right.
How long did you wait in line?
I think I waited a few hours.
Okay, but not like overnight.
No.
Okay.
Not like that.
Okay, good.
But at least a few hours.
Well, I don't know if it's allowed in Japan. I think it is, but Americans are very clever. Yeah, for things like this, like when a new iPhone or a new Apple product is coming out, people do wait in line for that. People will wait in line for like free tickets to get stuff. So yeah, we do wait in line. I take it back. But some people pay money to like an arubaito-san, a part-timer, to go and stand in line instead of them.
Right.
So this is an issue in America. Is like, how much is it worth? How much is it worth? Are you gonna pay someone to stand in line? Pay them a couple $100 to stand in line.
Yeah. So that comes to the part of a topic. It's time performance.
Yes, time performance. Yeah.
Yeah. So you wait 3-4 hours to get new phone. So it costs like how much depends on you. But if you are doing very important job, you would lose like a couple of $1,000.
Maybe,
right?
yeah. Because even minimum wage, if you're getting like 1,000 yen per hour, I mean, it adds up,
Right.
Is it really worth your value to pay someone to do that?
Right. That makes me think of like, is it worth to try get cheaper things from this store or buy things from a store that has a little bit of expensive price on it? For example, you can get this water bottle from supermarket at cheaper cost, cheaper price.
Yes.
But the supermarket is a little bit far from where you are.
Sure, that's true. Yeah, because sometimes it's not worth it when you add in your time and you add in like gas or transportation to get things. Then it just ends up being cheaper and more efficient time-wise to pay a little tiny bit extra and get the little more expensive thing.
Right.
That's very true.
Especially this is the era of very expensive price for gasoline.
Yeah.
You need to think very carefully about your traveling cost.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. And you want to cut that down and buy things efficiently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, we live in small city. And we use car almost every day.
Yeah, I use my car every day, period. There's not a day when I don't use my car, pretty much.
Yeah. So gasoline price is very, very...
It's important.
It is important.
Yeah, to think about,
Yeah. It's crucial for our daily life.
Yes. And like for me, because my commute is quite long every day, I insisted on getting a hybrid car because it's a lot more efficient gasoline-wise.
Right.
And I remember when I bought my car, and I bought a used car. I didn't get a nice car, but my husband complained. He said, you don't need a hybrid, just get a K-On. It's much cheaper to get the taxes and everything. But I'm more worried about the daily, like the gasoline use over years and years. So in my opinion, I didn't calculate it, but it ends up being more efficient and much more comfortable to pay the higher price and get the better car that is more fuel efficient.
Yeah, true.
So I pay more in taxes than he does, but I use less gasoline. And I have a more comfortable card, so I'm happy.
Yeah, good decision.
Yeah, there's, you have to balance, time versus money, or time versus money. That's right. I'm like, what am I saying? Yeah, time versus money.
Yeah.
Saving money versus saving your time. That's right.
Okay, before we move on, we got a new website now.
Yay!
Yeah, and it's not just for us. It's a place where you can actually be part of our show.
Yay! Yeah, actually, from our new website, you can vote for future episodes. And also, you can send in specific topic requests from there. If you want to hear us talk about anything in particular, or if you have a question that you would like us to answer on the show, you can do that. Please get online and check it out right now at podcast.crosstalk.me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, please check it out. You don't have to do anything. Just go on and look.
Yes.
Look around.
Yeah.
Just look around.
Yeah.
Do window shopping on our website. Just look around and see what's there.
I've wrote some of our detailed information.
Okay.
You can also check this out.
Okay. Is it like private information about us?
Not really.
Okay.
How we started this podcast,
Okay.
how we ended up here, things like that.
Okay. Because I think a lot of our listeners, a lot of people, you guys join us on Thursday evenings for our live streaming. And so a lot of you guys know us personally too. And we've met a few people in person recently. So that's really exciting to put a face to some of our listeners. Face and a name. But you get to know us a little more personally through the website too.
Yeah.
So step on over and check it out.
Okay, so the next section, I want to talk about time efficiency.
Okay, yeah.
I'll ask you questions and then
Tell you which I would pick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you which I will pick.
Okay.
And then I might ask you.
Okay?
Okay, let's look like a game. It's like a quiz show.
Okay.
It's like a quiz show, you guys. Yeah.
All right, let me start first.
All right.
Would you do Uber instead of walking?
Depends.
That's
Depends on the distance. On the distance.
of course.
Yeah. But generally, no. If I can walk it, I will walk it because I'm stubborn like that.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you?
Me, I won't use Uber.
Okay.
It was very expensive
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
I can't afford it.
Okay.
Would you do delivery instead of cooking?
No, never.
Oh, why?
Because I like to cook. And delivery is expensive. How about you?
I think this is very useful, helpful service,
Okay.
but I haven't used it.
Okay.
No, I actually have used this delivery service a few times.
Yeah, a few times you ordered food for us here. It was expensive, but it was okay.
Yeah, when I get really, really tired, I might use it,
Okay.
but I don't know when.
Okay. Next one?
Would you use a dishwasher instead of washing by hand?
No, never.
Why?
Because I grew up without a dishwasher and I don't know how to use them. But
Just to push the button.
yeah, but they are more efficient and they save water actually. But I've just grown up always washing by hand, so no, I wouldn't. I don't. Yeah, it's just not in my mind.
Okay.
How about you?
I would use a dishwasher if I can.
If you had one.
If you had one.
If you had one. Neither of us have one, obviously. Okay.
So yeah, I'm time saving.
Yeah.
Time saving and money. I'm money saving.
Yeah, money saving by not buying one, right? Okay. Me too.
But if I had money,
Yeah.
I would buy one.
Same.
Yes. You need to also think about the place to put this dishwasher.
Yeah, because actually Japanese kitchens are tiny, very, very tiny, and there's not a lot of space. So yeah.
But I think many people started installing this dishwashing machine.
I think if you have a family or you live with a lot of people, it might be good. But now, like both of my kids have moved out. It's just me and my husband. I don't think we have enough dishes to justify. So yeah, I wouldn't.
Right.
I
True.
wouldn't. If it's just one or two people, nah. Okay, next one.
Would you use a dryer instead of hanging clothes?
Yes.
Oh, finally I got a yes from
Finally,
you.
yeah, finally. Because yes, it does save time. Also, it kills the bacteria on your clothing, so your clothing never gets that moldy smell. And you get dry, soft clothes faster.
Right. And you get fluffy towels.
Yeah, much, much nicer than hanging it outside. Yeah.
My parents hanging laundries outside.
Okay.
So the towels are really
Hard.
old.
Yeah, they get hard. Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm scrubbing with rocks,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
it does. It's like sandpaper, like
Yes,
scraping the top layer of your skin off, right? Yeah, definitely.
So-
But see, I did grow up with dryers. Everyone in America has a dryer, and it rips your clothes really nice and softly. Anything cotton, like cotton t-shirts, always really nice and soft. So yes, I would use a dryer.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Would you use express shipping instead of waiting a week?
Yes.
Oh.
I want my stuff. I want my stuff faster. How about you?
No. I can wait for a week.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I thought you would say yes.
I always choose longer shipping date, especially for my business.
If it's cheap, you mean?
If it's cheap,
If it's the same price?
I would use express shipping.
Okay, yeah, if it's the same price, yeah. If it's just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like sometimes I order stuff from America, like clothing or shoes or stuff, and I do choose express shipping if it's a reasonable price because it just takes so long otherwise.
True.
It's more than a week. It's like a long time, but okay, anyway. Next one.
Would you like to buy pre-cut vegetables instead of chopping yourself?
Generally, no. I tend to chop my own vegetables because I want really fresh things. But there is one case when I do buy pre-cut vegetables, and that's when I'm making chikuzenni. Because the vegetables in that package are things that I don't normally buy. Like I don't normally have gobo and dankon in my refrigerator.
True.
But if it's already cut up and ready to go, then why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
You know, generally, I don't eat vegetables a lot.
Who are you? How are we friends? I love vegetables.
But I would rather chop in vegetable myself.
Okay. Why?
Oh, because the pre-cut vegetables are usually shitty. Like,
Yeah, they're dried out.
Yeah.
It's always like cabbage or moyashi, and I don't hate cabbage, but I'd rather have something a little bit better, like proper lettuce.
Yeah. And I don't know when this vegetables has been cut it.
Right. Usually not that bad, but
Right.
still, it's like there's not a lot of variety. Okay, next one. We agree on that.
Would you like to use a parking near the entrance instead of the free lot far away?
No, I would park in the free lot that's a little bit further away because it's exercise. I get to exercise.
Oh.
And I'm cheap. I like to get things for free.
Oh.
How about you?
Difficult question, but I want to use a parking lot nearby
Really? Okay.
because I don't want to do exercise. I mean,
You do anyway, though.
I do anyway.
Yeah, you do anyway. So you don't need this because you do proper exercise. But for like housewives and people like me, like this is our exercise.
I get it.
Okay.
Next one.
Okay.
Would you like to use a bullet train instead of a local train?
Yes. Anytime, every time. Bullet trains are awesome. This is probably the best thing, one of the best things everyone loves about Japan. Besides the people, of course.
Okay.
Bullet trains are awesome. How about you?
Ooh. You know, I'd like to save some money rather than spending.
Nah, they're so time efficient though. They're so much faster than local trains. Come on. Come on. You know you want to get on the bullet train. Come on.
Maybe I'm not so efficient person, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
The next one. Convenience store bento instead of making lunch.
This is a hard one because usually I don't have time to make lunch. But if I had a choice, I would prefer to make lunch rather than get a convenience store bento. But I usually get the bento because no time. It's not like I have a choice. How about you?
Okay. You're saying you don't want to get a convenience store bento.
I don't want to, but I have to.
But ideally, you want to make lunch.
Yeah,
yourself.
ideally I want to make lunch, but that never happens. So I always get the bento. So.
I'm in the same position right now, but
Yeah.
I don't mind buying bento from convenience store.
Okay.
But keep buying same convenience store food is overwhelming.
Yeah, like you get tired of it pretty quickly, right? It's the same
Right.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
It tastes fine, but like I like to eat a lot of vegetables. I want to have like a really good fresh salad for lunch with like a little bit of meat or, some kind of protein. I don't really want like all the big things of rice.
Yeah.
So it depends on the day, but
The last one is very silly.
okay, I'm ready.
Google Maps instead of figuring out the route yourself.
Oh, Google Maps, 250%. Because, like, I'm not that young, guys, right? Okay. I came to Japan in the era when we didn't have Google Maps, and I have figured out the route myself, and I get lost every time. It's such a waste of time.
It is, definitely.
Yeah. The only good point is, there are good points. The only good point is that you find some really unique shops that you wouldn't find if you were just following Google Maps, like because you're getting lost walking around, and you find some really cool stuff. But if you're wanting to go somewhere, Google Maps, 150,000%.
Yes, I agree on that.
Yes.
I always get lost when I didn't have this Google Maps.
Yeah, because Japan's cities are very, like the streets are kind of random and illogical.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as an insult. It's just, it's a very old country and, it's very difficult to navigate.
Yeah, so I always use Google Maps, even
Yes.
the destination is really, reasonably close.
Yes.
I Always use it.
Me too. Me too. Even if I know where I'm going, I still use it.
Yes, me
I'm
too.
kind of addicted.
Yes. Yeah. So when I didn't have data, I kind of feel like
panic
mode. I'm in a panic mode.
No, I totally agree. I totally understand. If I need to go somewhere, like I'm meeting someone for the first time for either business or, to sell something that I don't need anymore, and I need to get there using Google and I don't have data, I'm just like, oh no, what am I going to do now?
Right.
What am I going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
So that was really fun, but we want to know what you guys think. Would you pay 500 yen in order to skip a line, for example, at a ramen shop or at a museum? Or would you rather stand in line and wait it out patiently?
And what's something you happily spent money on that other people think is a waste? We want to hear from you.
Yeah, we do. Go to our website again at podcast.crosstalk.me and share your thoughts with us, or send us a topic idea for the next episode.
That's all for this episode.
Okay, this is CrossTalk, bringing you English your way every week.
Keep listening and keep shining.
Bye.
Bye.